A response video to Matt. Seems like old times, exchanging videos before our old videos are even viewed. Pretty funny. But anyway, so he has an issue with this control thing, okay? Because I was implying some kind of control, or lack of control, or programming, and look, the semantics get really difficult here. It's not just semantics, just the perception of the reality gets complicated because we have this conscious experience that gets in our way. We see the end result of our brain's function, and we are, just as somebody receiving it might be, kind of surprised by it sometimes. So, oh, I just said that? I thought of that? Wow, I'm pretty smart. You know, we're reacting to everything that our brain is throwing in front of us. And as I have argued to you in our discussions, there's more than one program running in here, okay? It depends on what train gets on the track, what we see in front of us. And some of those trains don't really have much to do with intelligence. But anyway, let's stay on the control thing. I was speaking of knowledge and how it develops inside of us, how we build character, how we build an understanding. And it's, I don't know how to describe it, but if you think of like a tornado or something that it's all connected, you know, like a spiral, and the spiral gets higher and bigger and wider and more expansive, and we could call that knowledge. That knowledge grows through time because people acquire a piece of it, they consolidate it, they make it concise, and then they pass it on. They inspire understanding of it in somebody else. And it is that chain of inspiration that creates the opportunity, that communication that creates the opportunity for this expansion. Knowledge grows, it does evolve, and it's doing it very mechanically through us. We are like the instruments of the processor, of the computer. We're pieces of that computer. And through our lives, we consolidate some information. And then that information will be used, it might inspire others, and it ends up being built upon. And so we all build upon our communication with each other. It's all quite, you've said it was necessary for there to be a them, so to speak, for us to interact with. Well, I think yes, so obviously we have to acquire understanding through some mechanism. I think we can function, we can live without other people, but for our knowledge to grow, it is going to do that much better the more people involved. And each one of those people are a programmed device, and the programming just keeps refining itself. And so just almost like a life form, intelligence, our conscious perception, understanding, can evolve, and it grows into a more refined beast. And we're just pawns in that game, essentially. We possess a bit of programming. We add some nuance. It's like Einstein. He got some facts and figures. He added a new piece, okay? And that piece could be built on. That would be an expansion, a higher plane that knowledge would take, that it could grow to because of the processing that took place in his brain. It was all mechanical. It was all just taking an A and a B and a C and a D together and combining them and creating a sentence of knowledge. It was a mechanical process, but that's how I'm arguing with you that that's what our brains are capable of doing, is they are reasoning machines. That's what our intellects are. Okay, the rest of us is bullshit. The ape is bullshit. Okay, but we have a reasoning machine included. That's the accessory we have over the bacteria and the apes and the rest of the nonsense, is that we have this processor here that is quite capable of being rational, doing logic. And it is that fact that enables us over time, over the, I'd say, whatever, 10,000 years of substantial civilization's growth, that we have taken bits and pieces of information and built ourselves an understanding that we now get to possess. We get to now to feed on it in our youth, in our maturation, and be able to build further on it and to create new sentences of truth and understanding, to refine it, to make it better, make it more precise, make it more expansive. But we're doing just a mechanical process. We have to feed our reasoning engine. So we do have, it does nothing spontaneous. It does not build it out of nothing. Einstein built his theories out of an understanding of the universe. Okay, he didn't build it out of knowing how to bake muffins or something. He built it out of understanding math and science and having a knowledge base that made him capable of discovering a truth. And so we have to make ourselves capable. Not that we, see again, we get trapped in these words. We don't make ourselves capable. We have to be mechanically created. We have to be programmed to be capable. So we have to be conditioned and maturated, and our life experience has to build us into a machine that's capable of doing that. And we can do it too by just mere inspiration, by merely being informed of the truth. If I'm informed of the truth that I must feed my logic, my intelligence for it to work or to function properly, well then I'll understand, okay, I have to acquire knowledge, I have to build it out of something. Okay, so now I understand how the game is played. Then my brain can be motivated by that. It can recycle that thought, consume more knowledge. That can become its passion. And so it can spend some period of time of its existence consuming knowledge. And then once it's acquired it, then it can start just thinking, just playing with that knowledge to try to create something called understanding. And that's how that part of it works. I hope that clarifies why there's not a contradiction.